I have to say, this is a video I never thought I'd make. I don't think I could have ever even conceived of the reasons to do so just a short time ago. However, sometimes completely at random and out of the blue, life changes on a dime, leaving you questioning everything you once thought you knew to be set in stone. Aspects you've taken for granted your entire life, and you find yourself at the beginning once again, questioning everything, reassessing, and finding what truly is important to you, for you and no one else. Recently, I found myself at one of these crossroads, and I thought I would introduce to you someone who gave me some perspective along my journey. Over the past few years, I've been working on a documentary film about life's journey through the lens of vintage racing. Recently, I traveled up to Castle Rock, Washington to do some filming. Castle Rock is one of those old-school tracks where the past, present, and future all mingle together in a soup of both nostalgia and promise. It's unlike any place I've ever been. Here you travel back to a simpler time and era, and sometimes gain a peek behind the curtain and almost see a metaphor of how life itself truly works. I've met some amazing people here at Castle Rock. People like Sid Reed, an ex-pro racer and ultimate lover of all things two wheels. In my actual film, we'll spend some time with him and many others I met along the way. However, for this video, I decided to focus on one man's story. It felt important to make a video at this time and share his own words with you. This was the last race of the season, a core, hometown, almost locals-only event, full of what makes summertime summer. I remember those days as a kid. The smell of deep-fried foods in the air, like at a carnival or county fair, with the sense of belonging to a moment we've all felt at times growing up. This place has that in spades. As the event went on and day turned into night, things felt more serious, at least to me. Night changes things. I watched as Sid put on a show and once again was struck by how much motorcycle riding parallels life itself. Both have beginnings where things are new and you're just trying to get your feet under you. To times you're trying to establish yourself in this pack of humanity, just hoping to find your way through. However, things in life can turn on a dime, and the loss can be life-changing. This wreck here was serious, and I don't know how everything turned out. I'm not gonna lie, it shook me up. Sometimes the reality of a moment hits you harder than you thought possible. I've experienced that recently, and I saw a glimpse of that here as well. What was once full of promise in our lives can disappear in an instant, leaving you with a decision on how you're going to deal with it. However, like life itself, the race, the ride, the journey continues. And it's now most about what you're going to do after adversity strikes. It's not a downer, but a gift, really, and the sooner we see that, the faster we can get back in the saddle. It's here when I find myself questioning things in my life, when I return to the words of Bobby Ingle, one of the riders I met here at Castle Rock. I think his message and look at life is an important one, and hopefully his message can give you some perspective on questions you might be wrestling in your own life.
Hey, Bobby. How'd you do earlier?
Okay.
How'd you do earlier?
Won both my heat races.
This is Bobby Ingle.
Yeah, I talked to him earlier.
Did you? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Did you tell him how long you've been riding?
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Always wanted to do it. I knew the ability was there, but just never had a chance. Life just kept getting in the way, you know.
We love you, Bobby.
Finally started.
Check your remains. Make sure you got the right numbers.
Good job, Bobby.
Thank you.
Good to meet you, Austin.
Bobby Ingle. He kicks the shit out of most 30-year-olds.
I'm 73. I started racing when I was 62, and I'm leading the 50-plus class, and I'm second in the 30-plus class for the season. So, never had a chance to start and I always wanted to race. So I turned 62 and started coming up here. Broken my hand twice, broken a foot, a couple ribs, and once you get it in your system, man, you can't get it out. So it's a lot of fun. Drive 350 miles one way to get here, because that's the closest track. My Lodi is another 100 miles the other direction. So yeah, that's my home track actually. But it's it's a blast, man. All the little kids love me, and all the parents, you know, they go, man, you're such an inspiration here with all these kids and stuff. So I said, well, you know, they don't get much inspiration of the right kind anymore. So happy to hear it. But yeah, I'm always looking for sponsors. I'm a poor boy. I'm on Social Security and stuff, and the inflation and all that crap just eating up a third of my income. And it's getting tough to go racing, man. If it wasn't for my sponsors and everybody, I've never had so many people come up in the pits and just hand me 40 or 50 bucks for gas and stuff just to make sure I get here, because they like watching me ride. So if anybody out there wants to help me, let me know.
Perfect.
You have a good day, man.
You too. You too. What are you racing?
11.
Number 11.
Yeah, 30 plus class and 50 plus.
Okay.
And yeah, 30 plus class. I'm out there racing with kids about that I'm 40 years older than myself.
Sure.
So, but it's a blast, man.
What made you decide to get back into it?
I've always wanted to race flat track and just never had a chance. I spent a year and a half in Nam. I've been putting up an Agent Orange poison for 50 years, and I've only got 4 or 5 more years to live. So having as much fun as I can have while I'm alive, and I always wanted to race dirt track. Grew up watching it and just never had a chance. Yeah, I went through 3 marriages and, you know, a lot of leftovers from Nam, man. So I got to 62. You know, if I don't do this, I'm never going to be happy. So I've been with the same woman now for 40 years, and I told her when I first met her, I said, one of these days I'm going racing. So, you know, you better expect it. So she's pretty good. I've been coming up for about the last 9 years. But it's, long drive, especially when you get out and get done racing at midnight, and I still got a 6.5, 7-hour drive to go home. But it's so much fun, man. I can't quit. But anyway, if anybody out there wants to help me, man, let me know.